Did you get a notification that I was live? I was live. I was live. I was live. Ow! Did you get a notification that I was live? I was live. I was live. I was live. Yeah. Ooh, did you hear a sound on your phone? Yeah. Ooh, are you out somewhere or watching from home? Yeah. Did you get a notification that I was live? I was live. I was live. I was live. Oh, that's the extended version. The extended version of did you get a notification? I don't know that anybody did because we scheduled this late again because it was a last minute idea to have a random vibe after a cast after party, and we all just left. It was like only a half hour ago, 20 something minutes when we were all in live together. So who knows how long, if anybody can make it. People have kids, people have lives, people have other stuff, but we are here. Oh, and I see the Falcro is here. The Falcro looks like he got a notification. Oh, the Bud Files. Hashtag awesome to drop links out there, everybody, to connect to each other if you're not already connected. And let us know how your weekend's been. We just got done. She was working. She didn't get off work till 11 o'clock. But I just got done doing the Lapstick show with everybody. And it went fantastic. It went really well. So I was very happy about that. Allie wasn't able to make it again, but and so that's why I'm really happy that it went well because she's become so big in the show. Without her you worry, but then we just go through it since it's all improv and we just make it up as we go. None of it really matters. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations. How are you doing, Jess?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Oh, I think it's cheers time. I think that's what time it
Cheers.
is. Yes. As Big Moen mentioned, cheers. Big Moen mentioned cheers. And that's what we need. Got the notification. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Some of those work. Sometimes those notifications work. Penis. Just out of nowhere. Just out of
Troll.
troll. Is that what that is? Is that one of those I've heard about those trolls. I'm just I'm going over here just to link just in case. I don't know what anybody's doing. Just in case. But trolls, we can't have that stuff going on. Penis comes in the room saying penis just right away. Hi, friends. Yes, we are. Well, we're getting ready to get
Working
that.
on it.
We're working on it. We're working on it. I mean, I was. Please touch me. Oh, hang on. Let me do. Click. There. Did you feel that? It's $5. For the touching. If you're gonna want the touching, you gotta pay for that. Gamers, this is Pog. This is Pog. Smoking bitters. Ooh. Cheers, people. We had our show. It went well. Truth be told, I felt like hell. I felt like death. I thought I was gonna have. I thought my gallbladder might be exploding from my body, but that went away. And once that went away, everything went better. Dollar make you holler. Dollar make you high. And well, that's the Lapstick show. The Lapstick show. That's the Make It About a Penis. This is Random Vibe. Do you see a? There's no penises up there. There's no lapstick or anything like that here. Just always try to just make everything a penis. Right? It seems just terrible. It seems terrible. No, it was a great show. We got submissions. We got trash talk out there from the Falcro. That was a thing of beauty. And I do hope the trash talk continues. Dog out the competition. That just kind of worked. Charlie's all for it. You're a backstabber, and that's what we need. And Karen Holton, Oh, I love the Squatch Man. She had that. That was, and we didn't really even get to touch on it enough because it was not advocating for voters, other things like that. I had several jokes I was going to make, and to be honest, I can't remember where we ended up. I think we got sidetracked telling everybody the rules of the VP Hunt contest. I think that's what ended up happening. Because, like I say, we don't have a script. We don't have a script for any of this. And this week, I didn't even give him an outline. Will Dick, Art of Floundering podcast, we're backstage before the show, and he says, "Did you send out an outline?" And I said, "I guess I didn't. Thanks for bringing that up." And so I said, "But if you pull up last week's, or the week before, or the week before that," I said, it'll still apply. It's one of those to where you can do that." Oh, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith out there. Peace and love. Peace and love, Mr. Smith. We're doing our random vibe. I appreciate you coming in and showing some support. We were talking all about how awesome Mr. Smith was, and the whole chat was over at Gmail last night because of the collaboration with Folkenblueser. That was the collaboration that you do with Folkenblueser. Everybody, he showed up, and all shaved. He was shaved, and he was all self-conscious because he was shaved, but did a great job. His sound was awesome and everything. It was really cool having him up there. Oh, we're almost done with the joint, which means we'll have to do a song because I have to be entertaining. I got to work on that entertainment thing. Let's take our time though on this joint. Let's get this joint up. Let's get this joint rolling through. All right, that feels like that's doing its job. That feels like that's doing its job. Oh, we should find something. And I don't think I've tuned it today. So, that's bound to be an issue. That's bound to be an issue. We'll take our time. Oh, look at that. I love it when a cheap guitar holds tune. Or you shy just barely. I'm gonna overshoot it if I even move you. Oh, I can't remember what type of guitar this is, but it was not expensive, but it does do a nice job of holding tune. What's the name on the top of that guitar?
Glenn Burton.
Glenn Burton. I gotta say, hey, Glenn Burton guitar. I'm kind of pleased with you, Glenn Burton. If it holds a tune, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. What do you think about this? Can we come up with something for this?
Try.
We are smoking. Oh, I need a topic, but it's probably gonna be weed. Smoking weed all night. I'm smoking weed all night. I'm smoking weed all night. I got nothing.
I haven't smoked enough yet.
She hasn't smoked
enough yet.
She hasn't smoked enough yet.
I haven't smoked enough yet.
She hasn't smoked enough yet.
I need to smoke some more.
Smoking weed all night. Been smoking weed all night. I'm smoking weed all night. It's all night. I got nothing. That was going nowhere. That was warm up. That was warm up. This is a random vibe. It doesn't have to be good. It's just a random vibe. Oh, random vibes don't have to be good.
They just have to be random.
They just have to be random. That's all they have to be. We did Lapstick earlier tonight. It went good, I've got to say, yeah. We did Lapstick earlier tonight. It went good.
Went good.
We did Lapstick earlier tonight, and it went good. We did Lapstick earlier tonight, and it went good. It's not about a penis. It's not about a penis.
Thought it was.
Live animation and puppetry. Lapstick, not about a dick, yeah. Lapstick, not about a dick, yeah. Lapstick, not about a dick, yeah. Lapstick, not about a dick. It's not about a dick.
Lapstick.
It's not about a dick. Live
Live
animation and puppetry. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna stop that one because that felt complete. That felt complete. I need weed. Let's see. I need weed to get me through this quarantine. Can't go anywhere, so I'll just get high. Light a joint or two. Nothing else to do. Can't go anywhere, so I'll just get high. Weed is only bad. Weed is only bad. Weed is only bad when you run out of weed. Gotta get some weed. Gotta find some weed. Gotta buy some weed so I don't have to feel bad. Weed is only bad. Weed is only bad. Weed is only bad when you run out of weed. Oh, that was so rough. Oh, that was oh, look down here. Look over here.
Oh, in the
Jesus, you scared the shit out of me. Good Lord.
Look, it's the Velcro.
It's the Velcro.
Look, it's
I had no
It's the
idea that you were going to come in here.
He's lolly-dabbing.
Lolly dabbing Velcro. Getting high, yeah. Will he be the VP? Is he the guy? Yeah. He was a manager for 35 fucking years. He's got experience. Oh, Velcro. Velcro. That's. I got nothing. It's not
You
going
got
anywhere.
nothing. That's it. But that was a pretty good start of nothing. I mean,
Well,
I'm not
that's
complaining.
Little pieces here and there. I want to thank you for that. That was just so perfect. Putting in there, that works out, and both you and Karen were there. It was just. Oh, I hope there's a rivalry. I hope.
Yeah,
hope
I
this
do
is
too.
gonna be-
I'm going to have some fun with it. I plan on doing a rebuttal to Sasquatch this week, or Squatchman, excuse me.
Squatchman. I know.
Yeah, I've already got an idea in my head. I'm doing these, by the way, in the spirit of Lapstick. I'm doing these off the cuff. There's no script. When I just come up with whatever comes out of my head, goes into my mouth, and you hear it. So
That is true to the spirit of Lapstick.
Yeah.
Because there is I mean,
Those-
those guys do a lot with the songs.
Yes.
They are really putting some effort in.
Oh
on those,
man, fantastic work.
Oh, they make me look bad. They make me look lazy and bad. Is what they do.
But Wes, you make everyone look better by looking so bad. So I mean, we like.
That's what I say when I go on Gmail. I say, okay, I'm here to lower the bar. That's
Lower
what
the
I'm
bar.
here for.
You're right down
I
here.
lower the bar. And last night, I think I had done like 3 improv songs where I'm just okay. Let me pull some and I finally felt guilty. I said I can't just use your show as an experiment. I'll do one of our actual songs and everything. But now that I like the challenge of not being prepared and just having to come up with something. It's
It's
fun
much
for
more
me.
challenging. I mean, I have a concept in mind. I have an idea of how I'm going to do what I want to do, but I don't know what the actual words or motions are going to be until they come out. So I thought that was appropriate for the, with only the segments between being your pre-recorded stuff and the songs, which is, I mean, everybody does that. That's any show you see. That's how that's done.
Everybody has that. They record stuff and they put that. Now these guys are doing a great job. So they're putting these out. And I'll be honest, it was 3:45 this afternoon when I opened up Character Animator, and the reason I chose Steve to do all those bits was because he's the easiest for me to get into character with, and I know he'll just ramble. I know he'll have stuff to say, and I made the 6 or 7 files, credits, Art of Floundering, Bud Zone, all the different files that this is the introduction to that. Just went through each one, just recorded it straight, went to the next one. I didn't even listen to him afterwards. It was like, okay, that's what he says. Go to the next. Go to the
Going
next.
in blind.
So I went live at 4:15. Actually, I had in 15 minutes. I had all of the recording done on that.
I saw a
And
bit of that. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw some of it.
It was me just pulling those and correcting the audio and putting those pieces together. But I didn't. I started that. I was going to start. Truth be told, I was going to start last night. I was going to start last night at about 2 o'clock when I got off of Camp G-May. I was going to stay up for several hours, and I did. I was going to work on and get all that done and have today to myself.
Yep.
Well, I saw an email. That said help, and it was from GamPro, and it was for some of the footage to get him keyed out. That with the wires and everything, it was so hard to key, and I ended up using After Effects, letting it rotoscope. I went to bed around 5 o'clock this morning, knowing that it was going to run for at least another hour to finish the freeze on the rotoscope it had done. And so I did none of my work last night, and I ended up putting it off until today. And that always ends up being exactly as they say. It makes it tougher. It makes it less, but
It
it's
gets
supposed
better
to
every
be
week,
fun.
though. It gets better every week. The smoother, better meaning the production, the quality, the things that are happening within the stories. Man, I'm totally hooked.
We're doing a little bit better with that. We're doing a little bit better with some of that. I want to increase the production value on certain areas, but I need to be able to produce some other things in order to do that, and time, just getting the time, because we got 2 young kids, and so I'm taking care of them during the day and everything, and it's
Understood.
and the schedule, her working till 11 at night does not make anything easier.
Yeah, that's a rough shift.
She's got 2 days off during the middle of the week, so the weekends are Wednesday and Thursday, but we don't end up. Yeah, I have the Thursday Night Live. I have that open mic that I've been doing the last several weeks. So that's
the family friendly one, right? With I Bring It and Jay Jordan and them. Yeah.
It is, except for when we had the trolls come on and there was pornography.
I completely missed you, and I was very sorry I did.
Well, and then there was racism. There was that, and then somebody gets up and does this, and it was just, and I was so, I went to grab my guitar. I was just gonna then unload on the type of people that and be, but somebody wanted to sing, so I let them sing, and they got done, and I said, because there was another one I could see down, they were just continuing to come up, and I thought, I'm done with this. I almost didn't do it this past week. I contemplated, because I know enough musicians. Do I need an open mic? Can I just send out the invites? It was I really thought that I could still have a music show, but send out invites to the 20 guys that I know, and a couple of them show up, and we'll have a good time.
Right.
But I wanted to, at least try it again. It hadn't happened before. We've done a ton of them, And I'm just going to be better about not bringing people up. I think what it is.
When I went to subscribers only mode, now I don't do panels very often, so that's a whole different ballgame. But I stopped getting trolls pretty much as soon as I went to subscriber mode.
Yep.
Because the bots and the dummies don't really want to be subscribed to your channel. They just want to come in and create their H&D and go away. You'll get the occasional, but I would just have fun with it. I don't, you know.
Well, the problem is the links on out there and everything. So we haven't had a problem of trolls in the chat. It's
it's
and this
been
was kind of
coming
the
up.
first time coming up. There were so many of them that kept coming up, and it was just we don't know any of these people. And after I'd already, had someone up, had three of them. The one I cut off before he was able to get to whatever punchline is. He's trying to set up whatever joke. It's like, no, I don't have time for this. So I was bitter. I'm old. That happens when you get old. You get bitter. Get off my lawn. Exactly.
You don't go up and hold a phone with pornography playing when there are children on the
Yeah,
street.
I know.
Right,
That's
yeah,
just
I can't
crass
have-
stupidity.
That's the thing. I can't have my kids on the show anymore.
Right.
And my kids would come on. And so if there's an open panel, well, I can't. I brought them on, but only when, because I'm the one doing the switching. She's working. Not
Right.
then, though. She could actually be back keeping an eye on things for me. But
yeah.
Which I will be from now on.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
gonna
People
keep
just
playing
want to
this.
make it difficult for you to have a good time and entertain. I don't understand. They're just their
People are
lives. People that their lives suck so bad that they just can't do things nicely because
That was that. I did one. Allie called it morose. I did a short where it was just me. I didn't use a cartoon or anything with this background. And on Sundays, my friends and I get high and live stream as it's just real morose. And it was if you're into that, click subscribe. If you're one of those people that clicks dislike, I'm really sorry life turned out this way. It's just that was
awesome.
how I ended it. It didn't keep people from clicking dislike. I did get dislikes on it, but
that
That's
counts
the
in the
life of
algorithm
shorts.
too. Dislikes, like it, I don't care. It still
does.
counts. It's
it
activity.
does.
If you
Some
watched
of
it
my
and then
best
left it,
videos are like 50%, 40%. Because
yep.
some of my stuff could be taken bad, right?
Yeah.
I'm not everybody's cup of tea,
Right.
and I only post the comedy shorts now, pretty much. Pretty much the ones about Lapstick.
Mm-hmm.
That way, whoever does subscribe, they're going to be a fan. If they came
Yeah.
in off any of those things, they're going to be a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, all the people I've sent have been failures, and probably some of the porn links you got were from friends of mine. Sorry.
Hey, fantastic! It's so good being connected to you. It clearly is helping everything. Maine, peace and love out there, Maine.
Oh, cool out there.
No,
Manax
that's
out there. Big Moines out there.
Oh, there's some stoners out there. It's late at night on a Sunday night. I don't even know if if any of the others are going to be able to make it. Gampro's got younger kids than I do, so that's always something.
Uh-huh.
I just happen to be awake. I slept at night for the last week, so that's thrown me off too. I haven't. Last night was the first night I've actually worked, and it was all on that rotoscoping and
All on the
green screening,
rotoscoping.
right?
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Yeah, see, I don't get any into that deep stuff. I don't even do the setup in StreamYards. A lot of the stuff that you do is in the paid version, and I can't justify paying for StreamYards. I just don't do panel shows enough. The free version, if I want to have a guest or someone to get together with somebody, works well enough as it is. I'm just going to focus on learning how to bring my overlays into OBS, because now that I've discovered studio mode, that helps my flow a lot.
Studio mode lets you see what you're about to set up, and
Yep.
and then bring it on over. That's that is a good, and with you doing, because when I initially had said something about yours, I was thinking StreamYard, but then I realized He doesn't use StreamYard. He's using OBS. He's running everything through there. Oh, what is it you want to do? We can do everything with OBS.
Excellent.
So that,
I love your
any
idea about
questions?
getting together and just using me as a guinea pig because I'm stupid. So bring me on and show me how to do stuff. If you want to do a thing like that, like you mentioned, I'm down for that.
I do want to do that.
Fine.
I still haven't set up memberships even.
I
haven't
know
even
that's
set
why
up
I hadn't brought it
memberships.
up, but we were close enough to that subject.
Just trying to get things situated. I have to get all the scheduling under control so that I know whatever I'm promising as for memberships, I've got to deliver, and I do not want to be in a position where I can't deliver. That would just be wrong. Hey, look at that! Be there soon. Be there soon. This is
We are going to see
GamPro.
GamPro. Right
GamPro's
on.
going to be making it up. But no, anything you'd like to be doing, and you can even without StreamYard, you can bring guests in. The issue would be bandwidth because you're kind of creating a connection to them, and then you're
Right.
compiling everything and sending it out. That's the nice thing I like about StreamYard is, number one, it's easier to handle guests, but you could still see. I needed that full screen. I needed the 1080, and I needed the ability to go full screen, so that because during some of those characters, like Steve, is just my camera is the full screen one, and I have the other camera set on top of it with the layout. That's how I'm able to blend in with them.
Make it all fit together.
If they used OBS Ninja, if I had more bandwidth, if I had more upload bandwidth and everything, and it wouldn't eat into mine too much, they could come in. I could green screen them and have them just right there, look like they're sitting with me, without any window or anything like that.
Yeah.
Have us both.
OBS
green
Ninja
screened
got complicated fast for me. It started out pretty straightforward, but then I started getting into the stereo sound and the setups. And it was like, I don't want to learn this one. I don't want to be a production manager for my own studio. I just want to play around and do some fun stuff. So that's why I stopped learning the Ninja side of it. It's not a bad program. If you've got the time to get into it and dig, man, you could do fantastic stuff with that.
Once I get beyond, once I have more than four, I can notice a degradation in my, I'm eating up all my upload, because each of the people that connect to you at once, you are creating a TCP/IP connection with them, to
With
where
them.
you're sending them up a stream of everything, and you're getting theirs back. So you end up with all these upload streams, and a lot, you may have 200 megabyte download, but you're only going to have 10 upload. And if you start eating up that upload there, something's going to lag. And that's why I ended up going with StreamYard, because it was just, and it was less work. When you're having to manage and you're having to be really a production manager on that in OBS, flipping that person, bringing them in, getting that camera set up, switching to that over there, which has that many people on it, and StreamYard's just easier. But you can meld the two. I try to meld the two. Now with the free, you're not able to change backgrounds, are you?
No, I can't change backgrounds, and I can use there's a free green screen that's a virtual green screen through OBS but I don't really like it. It's really hard to adjust. And once I get this behind me done, I'll be able to put up a full green screen in front of my bed and behind the bench. So I won't have any spaces or fill-ins to do. I can uncrop my screen and have it be full again. That's why you see the black around my screen. I have to cut it down that far because otherwise you could see my room behind the green screen on the edges.
The green screen over here, you see beyond the edges. You'll see beyond the mine is cropped as well. I have to crop this image because this is all coming out of OBS. I have to crop this. You can crop it and then widen it.
Yeah, but then it stretches some of your graphics, and that looks funny sometimes.
As long as if you keep the aspect ratio, you have to You have to make sure if you grab a corner, it'll keep the height to width ratio. That's why the graphics get thrown off. And so if you just say fit to screen, well, that might screw up the aspect ratio. But if you manually drag it out to size, it should maintain that ratio for you. The
And then
transform
you
of fit to
lose
screen
some of that image behind you when you. Okay,
Yes.
that makes
But no,
sense.
I can definitely Gonzo boys. Hey, peace and love, but definitely, we can go through, and if you have things in mind that you've seen,
Oh yeah, I'll
streams
start
do,
writing them down because this is in the future. I'm in no hurry. You
have a
know.
wish list of what you'd like to augment yours with,
Yes.
and then it's easy enough to put those together because there's thousands of things. There's so many plugins with OBS, so many things you can do, and so
I know I could streamline my scenes better than I have them, as well as my sources and that sort of thing. They're very stacked and unorganized right now. I've only recently learned that I can put things together in their own package to turn everything on and off with one eyeball. So I'm getting better as I play around with it, but I don't do it every day. It's not a career for me. It's not, it's just a hobby. It's just something I play around with. So yeah, those kinds of things, I'm just going to write them down. And then when we get together, I'll have a thing or two and you do it. And because as soon as you get your memberships done, I'm going to join.
A lot of people have told me, and it's well, let me get my ducks in a row, because I am not, I do not want to be a flaky guy. You know what I mean? It's
that's why I haven't promised anything for mine yet. Right? I was setting up mine really just to see how it worked, and then people started joining, and so now I'm blocked for my Falconians being first level. So.
You and your Falconians.
I love my Falconians. I do love them very, very much. I think they're incredibly ignorant. I mean, incredibly wonderful people.
And that is why Charlie told me you are perfect. You are such a backstabber. It just works so good. It works so good.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having fun. We're going to push this all the way up to the end of October, and the more the merrier. I think everybody out there that has time to just submit should submit, because it doesn't matter if you get to be the VP or not. Just participate. This is fun.
That's why I threw out during the Bud Zone. It was like, hey, take a video of yourself enjoying weed. Send it in. I'll put it on. Be a part of this. We're just, the whole thing is about having fun. The whole thing is about laughs and having fun. And if I can include people in it and that makes it more fun for them, all the better. All the better.
I'm 100% behind that.
It's all I do. Other people are like music channels, and they're good at music. Well, you've heard me. I'm here. I'm not going to base a channel on music. I'm here. I'm not music channel quality. I'm here. So this is what I got. I
never intended to be a music show. I really didn't. That just kind of happened. But I think I'm different in that it's request driven. I'll play anything I can that doesn't get my stream banned. Or my channel shut down. I don't care if it's copyrighted or whatever. I don't care if you're good or bad or people like you or don't like you. None of that matters. It's just a safe space to come and share your stuff. Whatever you got, doesn't matter.
You have fallen into this. You've got a really good chat. Everybody that's in the chat, it's their request. They're throwing up. You're popping the stuff up there and all that. And they are engaged, and they're having fun with each other. So the more a chat can hold the show together. A chat that keeps each other engaged is going to make it through. Everything that goes on, and they're going to stick around. So
that's why I won't edit my videos. I have to have the chat. The chat gives my video context. Without chat, you don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing. or why
You
I'm
have no
saying
idea
what I'm
'cause you're
saying.
referencing the chat. You're reading the chat the whole time, and you're engaging that. So it's necessary for it.
Yeah.
No, you've got a good group over there. That's
Yeah.
that's really kind of solid. It's
Yeah.
a solid show that you've got going on.
Thank you. I appreciate
Gotta
that.
give you-
It's
give you kudos
fun,
there.
and I do it for fun, but I take it semi seriously too. I want people to have fun. I want it to be a safe space. You know, why I warn every so often. I don't say it every show, but I warn every so often about just don't bring it in here. Leave it at the door, whatever it is, and then because if you bring it in here, then I'm going to make you leave, and I make my best friend leave. This has to be a safe space. Period. So if you got a beef, it's got to stay at the door.
I saw some ugliness in chat, and I'd be able to tell you when by going back through the intros to our show, where I specifically we will throw you out. Ever since I started seeing ugliness in some of these chats and in the music community, I see all of a sudden this anger and ugliness, and there's beefs, and it's like, geez, I didn't sign up for any of this, and so I made sure. Well, let me let everyone know. If you've crossed any line, I don't want to hear your politics. I don't want to hear shit. If it's not peace and love or a sick joke, don't write it out there. We'll throw your ass out.
Exactly. It's because it's important to me. Not Visible came in one night, and I didn't see his request because I miss requests in the chat sometimes, and he didn't know to tell me, "Hey, you missed my thing," or "Did you get my link?" Thought I didn't think he was good enough to play. I love his stuff. He's great. And I explained to him how it worked. I said, man, call me to the carpet. Get right in that chat and say, hey, Falcro, look at my shit. You missed it. Dumbass, play my song. Because there's nothing I won't play. I don't care what it is.
Yep.
And that's why it has to be a safe space with no beefs or politics or any of that crap. That's all got to stay at the door. So, anyway.
Everybody's good. Everybody's good. I think is it Doc that I always see? Who is it? Who's the only one that's pushing it in the chat? I mean,
he always does. That's him and me. I mean, we've gotten into full on arguments via me talking to his chats, and people think it's real, and I've had to stop and say, whoa, this is part of the show. This is how Doc and I joke around.
He'll come in. I finally picked up. I picked up on because he's pushing it, and it's like, ooh. Let's see how this goes over. Oh, okay. This is just banter.
Yeah, it's just stick. Yeah, but I've never had anybody. Yeah, I've never had anybody in my chat put any true ugliness in there, and that makes me happy. That's what I want.
Trolls are bad, but then there's anger between channels. And I don't know if it's just, I went through Tuber Chat to grow initially when I started to actually grow my channel. So I've got a shitload of homesteaders. They're all pretty cool and all pretty get along. People that work out. Oh, they all collab. They get along. I've been to all these different knitting and communities, mukbangers, all these different communities, and never witnessed drama. I get involved with musicians, and what the fuck? All of a sudden, it's people are just angry, and they're out there pouring that anger out in front of other people about stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, this just looks bad. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I see it, and it's so sad. Music should be a feel-good thing or a message. It might be sad in its message, but it's bringing something to the table to help us. And it makes me sad when people fight over their music. Don't just play it. That's all you need to do. Share it.
It's not even over music. It's just, oh, this person's an inconsiderate dick. It's just really a lot of bad talking trash about each other in these situations. And I've just in the year and a half maybe that I've actually been doing something with this channel, and it's more like been like 14 months, 15 months. Musicians are the only ones I've seen do that. They're the only ones that have specifically gone on to just tell somebody off, and to do this, I've got to do this in front of people. It's like Facebook. People that put drama on Facebook. It's one reason I don't go through Facebook. Oh, I don't need to see any of this shit. Oh, you're in
same
love
here.
again.
I share stuff to Facebook, but I don't look at Facebook very often.
Oh, it's so ugly. It gets so ugly.
It does. I've worked since I've started my journey away from depression. I'm working very hard to push negativity out of my life. I try not to be negative in any way, and I try to take anything that is negative in my life and move it out of my life.
Stay clear of it. Stay clear of it. That's what the situations I have witnessed and other stuff. I just back away. It's like, okay, you're not going to hear from me anymore. I am not in the middle. There is no part of me that has any interest in spending any energy on any of that crap.
Exactly.
Because I've gotten messages from people. Oh, you can't be friends with this person. What?
Here, hold my beer.
Yeah, I'm.
Watch me.
I guess I'm done. Talking. I guess I just can't handle this sort of thing. I can't handle this sort of thing.
If I'm friends with two people that don't like each other, they don't have to like each other. They don't. They don't have to communicate. They don't have to like each other. They don't have to agree. None of that stuff. But if either of them were to ask me to choose, they probably just lost the bet.
Yeah.
Because that's forcing my hand. That's not just being my friend. Just be my friend. Don't. None of that other shit enters into our friendship. So I'm weird.
Clear. Well, and that's why I really don't have friends. It's another reason I just
don't have friends.
People are, well, they're really overrated. They can be. People can be very, doing this YouTube thing. I get to meet people I actually like, and I can choose, the ones I like and I can hang out with and all that. In the vicinity I'm in, it's not that way. It's not that enjoyable. Do we have another one we should like? I think it's cheers time. All right, you gonna
Is
be
it
doing
cheers
one of your,
time? All right, I'm down
be
for a
doing your little
cheers.
vape?
Yeah, I don't have any. I ran out of dabbing balls. I got to make more. So then that's complicated, and I'm stoned.
He's stoned, so he's gonna be hitting the vape. Can't do complicated things. I think that's why the show keeps improving. We keep smoking more and more before we.
The answer is always more weed. Always more weed. Whatever form you like it in, whether it's flour or vape oil or just a concentrate, edibles. Fuck, I do them all. So it's.
I know Art of Floundering. He used to have to go outside, and he still does when he smokes flour and other stuff. But he did to kind of keep things going, get that vape going. So now during the show, and he's back there doing that.
This doesn't make very much odor at all, and it dissipates so quickly. Even the odor it does make is not a big deal. I nearly always have some kind of a fan on, except when I'm broadcasting. So it just goes away. I don't smoke flower in here very often. I usually will step outside at night. I know there's no kids in the little courtyard back here, and there's all adults back here, so I'm not worried about that. But I don't like to smoke in here. It's because it's just doesn't seem right, because that's actual smoke. It can stay in the paint, and it stinks. It smells like pot.
It does. But that's kind of what I smell like when I sweat. So to me, it smells like home. Oh, that's home. Oh, that's home. That smells like pot.
If I were in my own home or my own apartment, those rules would probably be different, honestly. So,
Oh yeah, you got to worry about it. That's why Troy and Bagel do all the dabs because they love flour, but they got to go out. You can't be doing any of that in.
They were talking about that on one of the shows. I think last week they were talking about how when they smoked up flour, they'd go out.
Let me drop that here. Yeah, I love that they are really helping the show out. I love that I went to the stoner vote with Karen. That seemed to work.
Yeah.
I had fun calling that out. Are you gonna help me get the stoner vote? And just continue to go down through the list
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, I
I've got
love
some.
Weed
I've got
Lives.
some fun things in mind with the whole pot theme or anti-pot theme or however it works out. And my angle on Charlie, that's probably going to be this week. I'm going to start on Charlie's angle most likely, and then
Ooh.
what I'm thinking is, this is just for now. What I'm thinking is, like Squatchman did his promo and his bid for coming in there from Karen Holton, so I'll let that simmer for a week, and then I'll rebut that next week, or this next week will be Charlie fresh, and then I'll go back to the other to keep bringing those characters back forward into the current. I love the Squatch character.
Treachery, how do you say it? Strategery?
Strategery?
Yeah.
Strategery. I know
I
he's
couldn't even say it.
he's
Strategies?
strategery.
Strategery. I like strategery. That's good. You might want to keep that one.
Ferrell, wasn't it?
That's a good one.
Susie.
Wasn't it Will Ferrell?
It's a Will Ferrell joke when he was doing
Susie tried.
when he was doing Bush impression. Will Ferrell doing Bush, and it comes from when he was doing they were doing the SNL debates between him and Gore. It was the same
yes, I
lockbox
remember now.
when Hartman or Dan. No, it was Harmon or it was the one that was there. He lockbox when he was kept talking about the lockbox, doing his Al Gore impression,
Yep.
and the one word and Governor Bush. What would you respond? Strategery. That was just it was just the one line. He just said it out there.
Wow, I haven't thought about that in a long, long time. That was a lot of things ago.
That was a deep cut right there. That's what that was. That was I pulled that. See, and that's the thing that gets me. I mean, I knew so many details from it and everything else, right? And I can recall that. If only I'd applied that to physics or something along those lines. But
Right?
no.
Or
I
even
was a computer
counting
programmer.
cards. I mean,
I was a computer programmer for 30 years. Basically, I started doing it. I started doing it when I was really, really young, before the PC even came out.
Yeah.
And I so basically I did math. Basically, I how many different times, how many nested loops can you have? I just wanted out by the 2004 is when I decided. It was after I saw Aqua Teen Hunger Force for the first time. I said, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. I want to do this adult comedy. I'd enjoyed South Park for years and everything else.
Right.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force was so low budget and so amateurish.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I could make that. I could make this. Why am I not trying to make this?
Yeah. Well, I love your artwork. All of the Will Dix and yours both. They're just amazing. His backgrounds are to die for. There's so much information. If you're not looking at the Art of Floundering podcast's backgrounds, you're missing part of his show. Absolutely, there's information and things back. It's so detailed, so detailed.
More detailed. He is so prolific when he makes stuff. He can produce so much work. And I love all this. I rarely use. There's like almost none of ours. Jr. The in the Bud Zone, the character I do there, that's one of ours. But Steve the Alien was a freebie from Adobe. Steve he's not our artwork. Karen is a freebie from Adobe. These are just I grab these characters out there. Karen Holton is using freebies from Adobe to make those Squatchman and the other one that she had.
I've never messed with any of that. That's cool. That's cool.
It's over on Adobe.com. Character Animator Starter Mode. If you were to type into Google Character Animator Starter Mode, you'd get to this. if it'll run on your machine, it won't allow you to stream because it's free. The starter mode is completely free. One of the drawbacks is it won't allow you to stream what you're doing, but you can use your own puppets. I believe you can upload your own puppet. So
And if you have OBS, you can still stream.
yeah, if you have OBS, you find a way to actually capture that window so you can still and crop out the other parts of the app and be streaming it and then green screen or whatever, so you can still get
Right.
around it with OBS. But
Yeah.
character animator starter mode. If you
I have
were
to go check
interested
that out.
in if your machine will handle running it, you're in good shape. If you do
Okay.
any video editing, it should be able to handle
It's
it.
not
but
that clunky, I don't think.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's
Just
not
a
bad
web
at
app.
all.
I can do I built this computer more for gaming than for video editing. That was my focus at the time. I think it's got an AMD Athlon 5. It runs at like 3.6 or 4 gigs if it's turbo mode, but I'm not. So 12 core. Yeah, it's a 12 core processor. So, it could probably handle some minor stuff, but
I would have to
No.
look up all the specs on mine, other
Yeah.
than the 64 meg of memory and the 8 gig on the video card. Those are the only, and I can tell you what's on the hard drives. It's water cooled, liquid cooled at
That's
least.
cool.
But
I thought about doing that when I built this, but I just don't have the need for that much cooling. I've just got traditional fans.
when you're doing all the rendering and everything, it can go for hours and hours just eating up that thing and producing heat. So that's why I did go with it. Otherwise, it's a gaming machine, but it's a gaming machine that's water cooled. Gaming machines will work good for video editing because they're meant to render and handle those graphics and everything, and
Yeah.
they both use the same thing.
This is pushing 5 years old now as far as the technology goes. So it's significantly slower than anything that is relatively new out there on the market now. But it's not a slouch. It does okay. It'll get out
Mine
of its
will be
own
5 years
way.
old at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Mine will be 5 years old in January or February. I bought this computer, and then I had a review with my employer, where I said, how are things, because they had already gotten rid of all the at-home employees, and I was kind of vital with what was going on, and he said, well, things are in flux. I just don't make any major purchases. And I said, I just spent $3,000 on a machine. Really? No, well, I mean, I'm not saying anything. I don't know. And it was, 2-3 weeks later, it was okay. I guess this job is over. So
Oh wow.
that's all part of another story, that involves. Oh, are those credit card bills overdue? Oh, are there lawsuits? There's other. You do things for art. You do things
Yes.
for art.
You do things for art.
No.
I just do things for weed. So that's me.
Like I need to do more. Peace.
Well,
and
you
love,
saw I've been
official.
sucking on my pen the whole time. Official one. But hi.
I
Go
heard
ahead,
you were
right
able to do that. That's why you're so popular. Sucking on your own pen.
Yeah, sucking on my pen every day
Uh,
and all the time.
Every day. Oh,
Yeah.
if I were more liberal. it's
I
all
used
I'd
to
do.
tell people when they tell me to go fuck myself that if I could do that, I'd never leave my house.
Do you think I'd be talking to you now? Do you
Right.
think I'd be wasting my time live streaming if I could fuck myself? Oh, Jesus. No, hell no. Screw that. I'd probably cut
Right.
down on the drugs, too. Who would need them? Who would
Right.
need them? I've got all the endorphins I need.
We'll just make more.
Oh, that's terrible.
good.
That's terrible.
Good.
Fitting,
terrible.
though. Exactly. Exactly.
See, I'm an enabler. I just encourage bad behavior. That's my mission.
And that's all I do is bad behavior. So it kind of
That's why we get along so well, Wes. I'm pretty
kind of
sure.
works out. It kind of because I'll take that shot. I felt bad. I felt bad. I wasn't sure the other night we're doing the live. I think it was Friday night, and Troy and Bagel had come on up. Troy and Bagel were up on the panel with us.
Oh,
And
yeah, I remember.
I went into Steve. I went into the Steve routine and just coming at his sweet ass. And he kept saying things, and I would just take everything because it was like a challenge, right? It was
Right,
okay. I
right.
tell people I do this. Let me see if I can do this on the fly.
See if I can actually
It's
do
just
it.
Rip, and it did get to the point where it was like, I hope he's cool. I hope he's cool. I hope I did not, because
Cross that line.
I pushed it that far. I just kept pushing it, and because he couldn't say a phrase without me turning it into something. in
Turning
his
it
mouth.
into something else, yeah.
Yeah, and I felt a little guilty, like, okay, that this is why they would check claims more than his share of attention on the report card back there in elementary school. This is that bad conduct grade. That's what this is.
Yeah. Oh, that's going on your permanent record, Wes.
I burned that years ago. I may seem like a guy who, was studious and all that other stuff. No, I was a misfit early on.
No, you're just genetically smart. You can't help it.
It's the weed. Again, it's just like when I play music. Everything is the weed. There's some truth to it. I mean, yes, and intelligent, whatever. I left home at 16. Didn't follow the traditional path. Really didn't become the pothead that I am till my mid-20s. I was 25 or 26, having to write assembly language programming for a keyboard handler for a point-of-sale machine. I'd never done assembly language programming before. I'd done all these other and so I spent like a week at work just really, I'm having difficulties. Nothing's clicking. And we had a laptop, a new laptop, an AST laptop, this monster of a thing with a small screen. I take this thing home for the weekend, and I lit a joint, sat down, and in 20 minutes I completely understood everything that I was just blocked on when it came to the registers, and everything about the processor, and everything clicked. Everything about how the computer is actually running. And so this is the moving of this bit to here, and this bit to here, and this bit back to here. But it was from that point on I came up with the phrase "use the buzz," and it's anything I need to learn. If there's anything I have to do, I'm going to get as high as shit right before I dive into it. Hyper focus and just and go on it. So there is some truth to it. I make the joke all the time that it's the weed, but there's some truth to it. It does it. It's those cannabinoids. It's what the brain runs off of. It's natural.
Yeah. People think it's the terpenes. It's not. Terpenes are great. Don't get me wrong. They bring flavor and
they're your flavor.
That brings that to the table, but where it's at, those cannabinoids, and I have so much to learn. Bagel and Troy, oh man, they've been so helpful to me.
They know a lot about it.
Well, you turned me on to them anyway. You said, hey, I think you'd enjoy the show, which I did. I've even gone up a couple of times on a Rip and Dips now.
Awesome.
But my biggest thing was I'm just starting to get into dabbing, and their information I didn't know about overheating the shatter like I did when I took it to my friends. I didn't realize that if it gets too hot, it gets all grainy and sticky.
Yep.
Well, now I'm just going to deal with it through this 2 grams of shatter. It's just messy. But I know now that if I'm going to take my shatter somewhere, I need to have some kind of a chiller to put it in so it'll stay okay. Yeah, within
there's
reason.
A lot of knowledge they have over there, and they're a great couple.
Yeah.
They just
just cool people.
They're good people. Everything. Hang on, I gotta say hello. I gotta say hello to Betty J. Gathers. Oh, she celebrated 2-year anniversary for her channel, and I love Betty. Betty is just wonderful, and she sent me this morning. And Betty, if you knew the amount of stuff that I had to pack in doing, I was up till 5 something. But she sent me an invite to her channel. She was having her celebration today, and I had to make it. I had to make an appearance. It was just no. I know I'm under the gun on all this other stuff, but I have to make it there for Betty because I love her and I want her to know that. Hey, you young lady, you get yourself some sleep. I
Love
hope
you too, Betty.
I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful evening. Wonderful evening. Dun, 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 dun. Hashtag awesome to drop your link there, Betty.
Yeah,
Betty has
please do.
lives.
Betty, do drop your link, please.
A lot of energy. She's a lot of fun. It's a feel good. Just watching her lives, watching her talk about her day, just watching her talk about whatever. She has a lot of energy and just and fun. That's the best way to put it. I'd have to say that's the best way to put it. Oh man. Oh. Hey, were you gonna play any music? Did you feel like?
I didn't have a plan yet. It showed up in the email and I clicked it.
I'm not. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be a gracious and offer. If
Magnanimous
you'd like to, right?
host. Yeah,
Well,
that's a great word.
Magnanimous
is a great
There
word.
you go,
It's hashtag awesome.
Hashtag awesome to drop.
Yes,
Thank you, Susan.
please do the hashtag awesome. I want to
Do the
get connected
hashtag
to Betty. Yeah,
Betty
I
is
definitely
Betty
want
is
to.
cool. Betty is cool. No, if you because I figured we'll play one, but I wanted to offer if you were wanting to showcase anything.
I don't have anything to showcase. Go ahead and then maybe I'll get this thing strapped on, and we'll see what happens in a little bit.
Do what you want. Do it. You could send this onto your channel if you wanted.
Oh yeah, I could do that. It gets.
It's. I mean, it's up to
Yeah.
you. It's up to you. No, you know what this shit show is. You know what this shit show is.
Yeah, because I don't want this to bring down the quality of the content on my channel. I mean,
there's truth there. There's a little bit of truth there. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna turn off my camera and mute me for a second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and grab some water. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Lovely senorita with your butt so round. When all my weed went through a quarter pound. Never clean so good, it always makes me cough. And when I see her, it gets me off. Yeah, she's smoking. Oh, smoking. Smoking. Yeah, smoking pot hot. Oh, yeah. The sad thing about this is we've got no lovely senorita with your butt so round. Smoking all my weed went through a quarter pound. Never cleans it good, it always makes me cough. But when I see her take a hit, it gets me off. Yeah, she's smoking. Smoking. Yeah, smoking. Oh, smoking pot hot. Oh. This is a song from episode 2 of our cartoon.
Smoke some pot.
I don't. It doesn't have any other lyrics. There's a scene. It's a band called ZZ Pot, and we just like our Leaf characters. They're in that style, and so it's the ZZ Top characters, and it's at a party that they're playing outdoors. Nah, it sounds too hard to come up with words.
Yeah.
Oh. High, getting high, getting high once again. Cup of coffee, bag of weed. Pretty much that's all we need. I'm getting high, getting high, getting high once again. Feeling happy, feeling good. feeling stoned the way I should. I'm getting high, getting high, getting high once again. Oh, wake and bake, wake and bake, wake and bake, wake and bake. I'm getting high, getting high, getting high. And it's called Wake and Bake. It's from Wake and Bake, a musical love story with weed.
Musical love story with weed.
That's where the Wake and Bake song, our Bag of Weed song, the All I Really Need. That's where that comes from. It's where panties. How many J's does it take
How many
to get
J's?
your panties off?
Yeah.
It's where all those come from. Is we wrote all these different weed songs, and they kind of tell this story of this couple that come together. They meet through the sister of the one and the co-worker of the husband. They end up meeting because of needing to get a bag of weed, and it's
Cool.
it's how things go. We got all that. I see you've got your guitar. I see you've got your
Yeah,
guitar.
I did. I went to. I don't know if it works. Yeah, it still works.
I can hear it. I can hear it. It sounds like it's working. You want to do some playing? You feel like I
can do a little bit of something here. Let me bring up a backing track.
To put the strap on the thing, you must be planning on playing. Nobody's doing that for comfort. It's not. I think I'm going to sit with my guitar so I can look cool.
Especially
That's what
this
I'm gonna do
chunk.
now.
This is the heaviest Strat I have ever picked up. Its thing's got to weigh 9 pounds. I swear. It's
I had
heavy
a
as hell.
PVT 60 wood grain that you can see one. Jerry Reed plays one in some video of him playing one of his songs, but that thing was like 20 pounds. It was just the heaviest ass guitar I've ever. And I'm a bass
that's
player.
terrible.
I'm a
Right.
bass player. You think I would be bitching about a bass, right?
Right,
No,
right,
it's
right.
that PVT. I would have hated to try the PVT 40 bass. I never played bass back then, so.
Yeah, well, we can
everybody-
play around with this and see what kind of a deal we can make. I don't know if I got my backing tracks working or not, but let me see if this makes any noise.
I am going to turn off your echo cancellation so that it will sound clean. I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to be here and join. I may make you big. Just.
Let me get that off of my playing over. Okay, here we go. Wherever that's at, it's going to be where it's going to start. All right, that's enough of that. I'm starting to break a sweat.
All right, there we go. I had to turn the echo cancellation. That was sounding awesome. That was sounding awesome. Why am I not hearing you right now? It's kind of weird. Everybody else out there hearing all this weirdness coming out of his no real words. No real words. I don't hear him talking. I hear kind of noises. Did you have to change any of your audio settings to do the music thing? You want to try jumping out and coming back in? See if StreamYard just screwed it up? Go ahead and knock that up. I'll bring you right back up. He's going to join. That's the Falcro. That's the Falcro running for VP. He's got an entry in there for the Karen Hunt, the Karen VP Hunt contest. And so I want to make sure everybody's getting connected to the Falcro and everything. He'll probably be, returning once he clicks that, figures out what's going on with his audio and everything. Koji is out there. Koji, peace and love, Koji. Hey, Falco's back. Let's see how he sounds.
Hopefully my microphone is working again. That's my hope.
Hey,
Okay.
I hear you. You sound good. You sound good now.
Strange.
Oh, I ended up having to leave StreamYard and come back in during my Watch Me Work.
Oh, yeah?
The whole thing. Google, it stopped responding. The page in Google stopped responding. So, and it came back finally, and I left. I left the page. I figured, well, it's still going to be running, so I'll just come in, back in, and everything was better once I came back in.
Hey,
so that
Koji. Hey, Koji.
Yeah, Koji's here. Koji's here. I tell you, Karen, she was just, oh, his hair. Oh, have you seen Koji's hair? And Koji, are you going to help bring in the pot smokers? Bring in the stoner vote. We need the pot smoking vote. I hope everyone's there to help us. That's what we need. It's everything to me right now. But they tell me that, but I didn't think stoners voted. That's why I'm not sure if this is the smart way to go. But the I Love Weed Live people, Troy and Baker, were so nice, and so I had to go along with it. I felt obligated, and I was high. They did get me very high, so that of course happened. Oh, here we bring in the stoners and boners. Oh, the stoners and boners, they come together. Oh, that is so fortunate because I've always wanted to be around the boner community. And so if the boners are there with the stoners, then I don't have to go far. That should work out for me. I have so much fun being that character. I have so much fun being that character. Oh, he's dying over there. He's dying over there. I just noticed he's completely dying. You making it okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
He looks a little... Then I look over, he's doing drops or something like that in his eyes. He's
Okay, the drops were
comes up.
legitimate medicine from my ophthalmologist for preventing the pressures in my eyes because of glaucoma. So that's legit medicine. It just... I happened to swallow some of my spit. Believe it, yeah, it was the wrong side for the spit to go down. And that made my eyes water more, and yeah.
10 minutes, actually about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. 40 minutes before Lapstick's supposed to start. I've given the kids their food. I go over and I get a fry off the pan, a fry that's left over, and I'm eating a French fry, and the French fry goes down the wrong side. A little bit of it does, and I'm coughing, and I start coughing like mad, and I can't stop coughing with it, and here on my gallbladder, all of a sudden, the pain in my gallbladder and the muscles around it contracting because I'm a little bit dehydrated. And that's the first area that I feel it is right around the gallbladder. So I'm doubling over in pain. I'm spitting everything I can onto a plate next to the sink and doubling over in pain thinking, fuck, the show's in less than an hour. How the fuck am I going to do this show if I'm like this? So I sit down and I start chugging Gatorade. Start chugging the Gatorade to get myself hydrated. Holding my side here till finally it eased enough to where I wasn't sitting and grimacing in pain.
Right.
I went ahead then and then I connected. So because I knew Win would be in the room already.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well in the camera, and you see, how grainy the shatter is. It's not clear and smooth. It doesn't break anymore. This is just out of the fridge. And it's just soft and gooey. Yeah, I ruined it. Well, I mean, it still gets me high.
It'll still burn, but just not the same.
Not the same. It's messier in the rig and everything. It leaves more residue behind. It's just, but I'm not going to waste 1.5 grams of shatter just because it's not as convenient as it. That's a lot of so-called medicine, right?
So-called USOB. It's totally medicine. Don't even. No, if there's one thing my channel stands for, it's 420.
Are you getting into the fries again, Wes?
Oh, no.
Did you get into the fries again? I mean,
no, that hurts. That hurts. I thought I could. No, it was pain. It was the real pain.
Oh, I can't. I think everybody's done it at least once or twice in their lifetime where they've had liquid or solid go the wrong way, and our bodies.
I was at work the other night, and my whole sip of coffee went right down into my lungs, and I had to go unavailable off the phone and everything because I couldn't breathe. It was just for several minutes. I was like in tears. It was bad.
Wait, Susie says she prefers frozen French fries. Okay, now, love you, Susie, but frozen French fries. Let's evaluate this. I think it would be better to make them not frozen French fries in the hot oil and then dip them into the frozen ice cream of your milkshake and then eat them with copious amounts of salt. Just a suggestion. If you haven't tried this, you might want to.
For this and other nutritional tips, make sure that you're connected to the Falcro. It's at the Falcro 1234. At the Falcro 1234.
I'll keep you
can
healthy.
Learn all about good diet, good diet and exercise. That's what you get over there. Fucking nutrition tips.
Fucking nutrition. Yep, all the nutrition, and then you could go do a workout with the Jay Jordan and really get yourself into shape. Because that guy will wear you out.
He's a machine. He
is. I get tired watching him. I mean, I'm a 59-year-old fat guy. Okay, so he's already got an advantage on me. I have 30 years or so at least.
hey, you won't believe this. 43.
No way.
Fucking no way, right? No fucking way. No fucking way.
Okay, this is mind blown face. Wow. I would have put him in his early 30s at the oldest. And I was thinking late 20s, honestly. I was thinking late 20s. Just based on his looks.
He had really bad still, and I don't know how cleared he is for anything. His back, he had to have back surgery. And this is all the workout and stuff is to kind of he got started doing this to recover from the back surgery.
What people in this that I have met out here, Wes, I just, whether they're in the music community or not, I've met some of the most incredible people in my life here in La La Land, in the not real world, as people like to call it. And I get why they would say that. I get why they would say it. But I have more real friends here than I do in this world here near me. They're a better quality of people. And
I told you,
oddly,
I don't
I don't like people, but I like the people I've met here.
I find people I like here. I find good quality people I like here. I am a shut-in. I cut up with all of the cashiers at Family Dollar. You know, so they know me. One of them went as me as Halloween last year. One of them
How
dressed
awesome
as
is
me.
that?
Because I'm the tie-dye guy, right? I always
Right,
show
right.
up with the tie-dye, the long hair.
Always got the tie-dye and the long hair. Pigtails sometimes, and you can rock those. Hell, I can't
I
even.
have shown up over there
They
with
have,
the pigtails.
Yeah.
I have done that, and that is not something in the rural area that I'm in the country that you see. I do not fit in.
But
I do
are
not
the
fit
sheep
in.
safe?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about the sheep. You don't have to. That's more of a Texas thing. I think that's
Yeah.
more of a Texas thing.
Yeah.
Because in this area, I think your cousins are all there. Why would you need a sheep? You don't have to go for farm animals when your cousins right there across the holler.
Right
Well,
there across the
hey, Aunt Brenda's having another kid. I wonder if that'll be my next wife. You know, that sort of thing.
Look. I mean, I guess if you can go over and you know, have a little noodle time with Auntie Grandma, then that's cool.
I believe it's my theory that the prevalence in this area, Appalachian area, let's say, the prevalence of cousin fucking. I think that's the technical term for it. I believe one only needs to look at topography to realize. You know, if you head into Illinois, you can walk 20 miles and not really be okay because it's kind of flat. You know, you can find someone that you're not related to without having to fucking scale a mountain to get over that bluff to make it to somewhere else. If you gotta make your way all the way down the ravine and then back up the other one to get to the nearest person and it's a cousin, well, that's where you're going. You're gonna be tired if you do anything more. Topography, my friend. It explains all.
Explains
all of that. That's it's my uneducated
Cousin
opinion.
fuckology.
Cousin fuckology.
Cousin fucking zombie. That's I love that. You should coin that and write it down because that's.
I don't want to be a part of it. No, I already have to live down family shame. Oh
no.
Oh, I got an uncle. That doesn't go to the family reunions anymore. Because you know there's relatives that are like, oh, we don't want him here. He and the cousin.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna out my uncle as a cousin fucker.
Out your uncle as a cousin fucker.
You know he's near death. I'm gonna do it. I really there's. I have no sympathy at times. There's times I just don't care. Oh, there's times I just don't care. What are we gonna do? What do you want to do? You want to do a song?
Sure. I don't know what though.
All I really need now is a bag of weed to make me feel good. All I really need now is a bag of make me feel fine. All I really need now is a bag of weed so I can put up with life's shit again. All I really can face another day.
All I really need is all I really need is all I really need is a bag of
Could you help me find some
all I really need is all I really need is all
I need a bag, I need a bag, I need a bag of weed. I need a bag, I need a bag of weed. Oh man, all I really want is to find some pot. Do you know a guy that you could call for me? Yeah. All I really want is to find some pot. Things are getting dry. All I really need now is a bag of weed, so I can put up with my shit again. All I really need now is a bag of weed, so I can face another day. Could you help me find some weed? I need a bag, I need a bag, I need a bag of weed. I need a bag, I need a bag of weed. Oh man, just a joint. There you go. There you go.
Whoop-a-dee-doo.
Whoopity-doo,
Nicely
whoopity-doo.
done.
Oh, that's one we actually. That's from that musical, Wake and Bake, musical love story with weed.
I'll have to look that up.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. We've written songs and then found how the songs can be used in a musical for a story.
But you've never done anything other than that with it?
Well, I didn't want to. I didn't want it to be animated. I see it as live action, and so
Okay.
it's not something that I don't. You may, if there's any thought that we have any money, that is just it. I'll go out and I'll put my camera too, and I'll go sit in the Hyundai 99 Hyundai Elantra we got out there, and you know, and then
You're
just
laughing like he's
you're
joking.
laughing like I'm joking. I'll pan around.
No, I'm
I'll
not.
pan around and you'll,
I have a 2003 Kia.
I'm
So-
jealous of your goddamn 2003 Kia. That's what the fuck I'm. Let me ask you. Can you open the driver's door from the inside?
No, I use the outside handle. Sorry.
You use the outside handle.
Is it glued on?
No, I can't
Is it-
open it from the
did-
inside. No, I can. I can. It's a
Ours
super
can
cool
only
little
be
car.
opened from the outside, and I actually had to super glue. The handle broke on the outside. I had to super glue the
Oh my
handle
God.
onto
And
the
it's crank.
and it's a crank window.
Ah.
Yeah. So no, I don't have a movie production crew. I don't have everything that we would need to really do that job.
Right.
We're working on it though. I figure filthy puppets and animation. That's how I'm gonna get into that.
And climbing the corporate ladder.
Climbing
and
the corporate
customer
ladder.
service.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, she's right up there now. She's
Yeah.
supervisor
Well,
or something.
sugar mama all the way. I mean, clearly.
I wish. No, we're not. Nobody's hungry. That's and the power's on, and the internet's on. So
Those
that's
are all
all
good
one of
We
these
things.
have
days.
weed.
And you
Yeah,
have
weed.
weed. Yeah, if you have
Yeah,
weed,
I
you got it all, really.
I have no complaints. There are people.
Hey,
in
Scotty
India
B
that
is
have to
out
go-
there now.
That have to go shit somewhere by a train in India. There's 1 billion people that don't have access to water. I have weed. What the fuck would I be complaining about?
Right.
Really, when you judge your own situation based on global population, and the people from the past, and the people that came before, if you cannot feel anything but lucky ass to be in the, we're in the 4% of the world population that's got this going on.
Yeah.
I can have that 99 Hyundai and make it through the day and be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, before I had the '97 Buick, but it was a Park Avenue, so it was a land yacht and it had all the bells and whistles. But when the engine died, I had to be sad and send it to the scrapyard.
Oh,
And now I have a car with no bells and whistles. It has the manual windows and the manual door locks. Matter of fact, when I bought the car, I made the rule that the final door, passenger or driver, whichever I lock, has to be locked with the key. Because if I break the rules, the keys could be in the car. It'd be very easy to lock my keys in this car. Very easy. So, and I haven't had a chance to go have another key made yet. So the rules are, the key is here, and I put it in the lock the door, and then I go. That way the keys are outside of the car.
You do a lot of weed. You do a lot of weed. I don't. You could screw this up.
I could.
I'm sitting there thinking, oh, you could easily forget that. That's something that you could easily forget. No,
You need to have
I
one
let
of
you in.
those stretchy keychain things so you have it
Yeah,
attached
belt.
to you.
I let you in
So
on
you
a
can
little
get out
secret.
without it.
In my life, now I'm a car guy, gearhead, drag racer kind of guy. I know cars pretty well. I'm pretty savvy, good driver. I have locked my keys in my car with it running 3 times with 2 different cars. So go ahead, top that one.
I was 19, living. I was in the Navy. It was winter time. No, just winter had just ended. It was springtime, and we're gonna the wife, 2 friends, and the baby. We're all gonna drive from North Chicago down to Chicago to enjoy the day, to head down there, and so, and this car. This car would actually continue to run with the keys out of it. So she forgot her purse. I pulled the keys out of the ignition, leaving the car running, handed her the keys, and she went inside to get her purse, leaving the keys in the house. I didn't know this, and I didn't think anything of it. The car's running. We drive from North Chicago down to Chicago in traffic and everything. Get down there. Park the vehicle, turn it off, and realize, oh, I don't have any keys for this thing. I don't have any keys. I did have a toolbox in the back of the station wagon. 80 Caprice Classic wagon. It was a 1980 Caprice Classic wagon.
I remember those.
The amount of wires and everything, there was no I'm hot wiring this, okay? There's none of that. I grabbed the hacksaw and I cut the ignition on this car of mine, because this car it cost me almost nothing. And so I take that out. I take a socket handle that would fit over top of that square in there, and I use a socket extension handle to start the car.
Start the car.
It's a week later. We get. It took some time to do this, but we get home. We make it. Oh, everything's fine. A week later, I'm driving with a buddy of mine. We've been doing something at the house. I can't remember. We drive to Little Caesars to pick up some pizza sticks or whatever they have there, and just left the house. Just left the house. My buddy and I, we go there. There's a bottle going underneath of his feet and everything. Empty beer bottle. This idiot. We're in the Navy. This idiot rolls down the window, tosses it out the window in this parking lot, and it breaks. Squad car pulls on the lights, pulls us over, sees the cut ignition in my car. I am on the ground. I am face down. I am knocked around pretty good. Zion, Illinois. Hey, your cops are a little rough. I'm gonna tell you. Just gonna say. It wasn't right what happened to me. I know. I mean, I'm just saying. They're rough with me, but my friend who's 6'4", in his Misfits jacket, with his skull and spikes rings, they get him cuffed and everything. They get us in the squad car. They take us to the station. They're sitting there processing me. I end up with a littering ticket. I
Oh my
didn't throw anything out. So I get knocked around. I'm not going to say beat because there's people that get beat.
Yeah.
Jim got closer to beat because Jim gets claustrophobic. He's freaking out. They can't get the rings off his cuffs. They won't take the cuffs off until the rings come off. He's freaking out, and he's someone having all of a sudden freaking. I'm sitting here handcuffed to this chair. Jim, calm down. I'm trying across the room to get his attention because he's having a panic attack. And, the rings came off. We both were given a $25 littering charge, and we were sent outside the building, and it looked more light in that direction than any other direction. So we headed that way because I didn't know where the police station was for the county or anything.
Right. What
so
a story.
That was my. I didn't have my keys because they would
Wow.
come out.
That beats my 3 times on 2 cars with it running and locked.
Well,
Yeah.
I had the same friend lock his keys in the car. Oh, I do have other stories that almost beat it. A friend who actually got us in wrecks 3 different times. I know he locked. It was twice. Locked the keys in his car while we were down here as teens. My father once came to pick me up to go see my uncle, cousin fucker, to go see my uncle race cars in these in the mini cars and all that circuits. Hey, and his dog locked us out of his truck twice on the way over. Stepped on the thing because he leaves it in this little toy dog leaves it in the fucking thing for the air.
Uh-huh.
We get out. We're locked out of the vehicle. And it's like, oh, son. Hey,
Hello.
how's it going down there, Mr. Campro?
Going good. I'm just about to smoke some weed.
I think it's weed.
Nice. That's good. Did you see his hair, Wes? How cool it is. Badass
I
hair.
have been talking
Cool.
about how fucking jealous I
Mhm.
am of his hair.
Right? Oh, dude.
Fuchsia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the original color I was going for was actually more of an eggplant color, and it just turned out way brighter. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I think it looks.
It looks
good.
fucking
You can dig
awesome.
it.
I
It
told
works.
fucking
It
Allie.
looks fucking great, man.
I'm going to have to wear the stupid pigtails all the time now. Because they one-up me on this shit with the hair just constantly. So it's like I've got to compete a little bit more,
And it
right?
was funny because the day I did it too, I talked to Allie later in the day, and she was like, "What color did you decide to go with? Because if you have any more green, I just ordered some, or if you don't have any more green, I just ordered some." And I said, "Actually, I decided to go purple this time." And she laughed and she was like, "Honestly, dude, I seriously almost got purple. I was like this close."
Wow.
So it's just funny without even talking to each other about it, like we talked to each other after the fact. And it was just like, just these little tiny details are what make her and me different. And it's just
Yeah.
funny. We're so close to being almost the same person.
See, ask her. She'll be honest with you. Ask her the live that she and I were on, basically alone, the two of us. Ask her if I didn't say I was jealous. Ask her if I didn't say. I totally was talking during that stream about how jealous I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
I would
ultra
love to try
PG.
that, but I don't have the guts because I have so much red that's still left in my hair. I'm always afraid of the carrot top happening.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, it's somebody told me, "Oh, you should do that for your beard." Well, I actually like what my beard's doing, but I would never do that with my beard either for the same reason. I don't think it would turn out well. I think I would end up with orange.
I always use temporary. I would get the spray. When I
Yeah.
was 40, I was 39 years old, 40, and playing in a band. and I just had the patch down here on the bottom. I didn't have the mustache, and
Right.
I would use painter's tape to lay down along the sides and everything, and
Nice.
just hit that bitch with blue or green or just fuchsia, whatever colors I
Whatever,
had
yeah.
and all that. And but those were the ones that you could wash out at the end of the evening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was.
I might try
They
something
held
like
up really
that.
good though. I was worried that the sweat and everything, but they didn't come out with the sweat and all. It handled all that. And the face wasn't that sweaty. It was armpits, playing the bass and everything.
I got you.
But no, I did that and I had a mohawk and sideburns, not connected. Just had sideburns hanging out over
Mhm.
here.
Just
And
all by themselves. Just
fuck yeah,
I
man.
like it. I like it.
Couple of little bushes right here.
Just bushes on the side. It was like nobody does this. Everybody does a mohawk. Nobody leaves sideburns. This is the worst look possible. And, and so I went with that. I was almost 40 and I'm playing bass. Am I trying to be, just cool? No. There's nothing I'm trying to do about being cool. I am
Right.
trying to make it so that after you've seen me, you remember. Oh, I remember that guy. I remember that. I saw that and I remember that. That stood out.
yeah.
There are a
Yeah.
lot of like preppy people here, but for the most part, you see like all sorts of different kinds of people and different kinds of haircuts and all sorts of stuff. So, like what I've got going on isn't totally like outlandish for what's going on here anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like if I
know,
walked into like somewhere like Arlen, Texas, they might be like, "Whoa, what's up with your hair, Mister?" Like
It's actually becoming pretty common around here.
The
it?
color is the a guy my age with pigtails isn't.
No.
right? Yeah,
When
probably. That's
when I
what-
do venture out in public in this area, it's noticed, and they want you to know that. They want you to know that they see. You.
And that they're judging.
Oh, and they're judging.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're judging. They're always.
Nose is up to
they're
you.
always
You can
judging.
See this, can't you?
I hate the judgment.
I was like I think at that metal show, I was like one of 3 people that had colored hair. I gotta say, like almost everyone else had like,
Oh yeah. Standard color for metal is black.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's
So I showed up wearing, I had on a Evil Dead shirt, like a short sleeve, and then my long sleeve shirt was a long sleeve Sailor Moon shirt, and it was a white shirt that says Sailor Moon in pink down the side, and then I walk in with the floppy mohawk that's all purple and shit. And it was funny because it was a band that I used to play alongside. Not I wasn't in the band, but I was in a band that used to play with a lot of those bands. Anyway, fucking. So yeah, so I knew all the guys in the band and everything, and but it had been like years since I'd seen any of them. So I'm just kind of standing around, and I see my one friend standing there with his new girlfriend. So I just kind of walk up to him, like this. I just kind of like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Holy shit, dude! What's going on?" It was so funny. Because I saw him first,
Nice.
I was like, "Well, I got to do something kind of funny to break the ice."
That's cool. That's very cool.
hmm It was fun though. They have a
Yeah, Jack.
it's like thrash metal, so it's like very fast, very guttural stuff. And their songs are fun though because they do like weird twists and shit on them. Like they have this one song called I believe it's White Stripper Wood Chipper. And in the beginning, they have their bassist gets on the mic and he starts like moaning, but he starts doing the oh yeah like moans, but it's so fucking loud and it's so like it literally sounds like they're sampling porn as they're playing. It's fucking hilarious. And he
Yeah.
used to do it in high school all the time, and it was really funny then. And then he got up to do it. I'm like, there's no way it's gonna be as good, and it was just as good. It was so fucking funny. And they have one of their song titles is "Epileptic Face Fucker."
Epileptic face fucker.
You know, so it's got a very like humor.
And instantly
but,
makes me
like-
think of Flight of the Conchords.
Oh yeah,
This is for the epileptic dogs. Epileptic. They start off a real ballad for it at a benefit, and then they make it a techno with all these flashing
Oh,
lights.
yeah, of
and
course.
all the dogs
Completely
have
missed the mark.
seizures because these are all epileptic dogs, and
All
so
epileptic
they
dogs.
induce seizure. Definitely influenced me. Flight of the Conchords.
they're fucking awesome. I love them.
Oh, they are. They're
They're
just
great.
fantastic. And has it come back out yet? Oh, Our Flag Means Death.
Oh, I don't know
Uh,
when, but I'm so excited for that. I love that.
I think it's October. It might be October 15th. If that's the one that if that's a date that matches to that. I don't know if that's Rick and Morty though. I may be confusing it with Rick and Morty, and maybe it's the beginning of October. I'm
No,
not
it could
sure.
be.
But
Um,
I've seen the trailers coming out. They're
Yeah,
promoing
so
it
good.
and everything, and I love that. It was like, oh, they're just going wherever they're. This is a thing of beauty. This is a thing of beauty.
I know exactly, without giving anything away. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
totally agree.
I
I
don't
love
want to give it
it.
away. Our
love it.
Flag Means Death. Just
Really good.
really good. Yeah, I don't even want to paraphrase what kind of story it is.
Are you
because
you watch What We Do in the Shadows?
I've only seen parts. I've only seen parts. I haven't the movie, the original and everything. But I haven't. There's a lot of things I'd like to see that I haven't. And that's
It's,
one of them because I really fucking love
man.
Jermaine.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's based on their world, and they help write a lot of the general stuff. But then you've got Matt Berry as Laszlo the vampire, and I don't know if anyone here has seen the IT Crowd
Oh,
from back in the day.
oh,
Remember?
I love the IT crowd.
Remember the second boss they had, Renham's son, and he shows up.
Yeah.
To the funeral. He's like, "Father."
Jen, he's got his boots up on the desk and everything, and
Damn these
Renham.
electric sex cats. So good.
I remember they had the trial. They had whatever it was they tried to put on as an additional season, but wasn't a season or something. Kind of a weird.
Yeah.
I love the IT crowd. That was just fantastic.
Mhm.
Oh, there's so many things. I'm just bouncing around the in the bar, the handicap stall, I'm handicapped. It's just that I'm going through all these different scenes and everything. Richard from the computer room, from in the hardware room and everything, who's coming out and all that.
Mel Felding. I think one of my biggest inspirations is the Mighty Boosh. Are you familiar with the Mighty Boosh? Oh,
Familiar with the
I'm
name.
not- if it's
I
hip
am
and
not.
cool, I know nothing about it. I mean,
I
that's
have-
pretty much it.
you guys have seen the old Greg clip online, right? I'm old
Yeah.
Greg.
Say it again.
I'm old Greg. You've seen that, right?
Old Rick?
Old Greg. Greg.
Greg, GRG.
No, I haven't.
Okay, I gotta send this shit to you. Yeah,
I'm just
it's
out of
it-
touch.
so this show
Out
is
of
like
touch.
a total fucking fever dream, and oh man, it's right up your guys' street. I think you guys would really enjoy it. So it's British humor, right? And then the first 2 seasons or so, everyone's working at the zoo, right? So then you have you've got man, I'm forgetting the names of the actual actors, but essentially, like the animals in
Is
the
it a
zoo.
Hugh Laurie type thing?
No, it's like
Not.
no, it's like oh man, it's so hard to fucking describe. It's so there's also puppets in it too. So there's like live action people, there's puppets in it, and every episode, um, not every episode is necessarily interlinked, but like seasons are. If that makes any sort of sense, kind of like the first 2 seasons of Sea Lab, where like every
Yeah.
episode, the lab blew up, and then the new episode started, and
Right.
whatever. So there's shit. I'm forgetting the names of the fucking characters too now. Jesus Christ. So there's Naboo, and he's kind of like a shaman, and he's friends with Bolo, who's like a giant gorilla. Right, and it's like a dude in a suit. It's like a dude in an actual gorilla suit, like walking around, and it's really incredible. Noel Felding's in it, and I'm forgetting the name of his fucking character, but he's always
What do I know Noah Felding from? What do I know him from?
Have you ever seen the Bake Off, the Great British Bake Off, or whatever that's called?
Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking about. I've
you
seen
know
that
what I'm
show.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that Noel Felding, he used to do a lot of stand up with this other British actor or this other British comedian, and then that kind of turned into what this show was. So it's like them constantly getting into ridiculous scenarios. There's usually a song in the episode, and it's just very like bright and colorful. Not everything makes sense. Like they had a mouse, right? And they open up the mouse exhibit, and there's a little rave for the mice inside of the mouse exhibit. So they're like, "Oh, that one's tweaking out. We got to get him into the recovery room." So they pull him out. They close the thing over. And they open up this other thing, and it's like more of a chill club, and they're playing like more like kind of trance music instead of like really heavy, fast paced techno. And they're like, just have some water and chill out. You'll be fine. And then they close.
What year was it from?
Early 2000s, very
Okay,
early,
okay.
like 2000,
Because the references I'm thinking are older than that. A lot of the off British comedies, the young ones kind of stuff, the Ab Fab.
Yeah, but it's
stuff.
it's like very artsy and very fucking weird. And there's also
It sounds-
segments where there's like just cartoons, and it'll be like someone explaining a story or telling a story, and it's like super fucking nonsensical. And some of the cartoon animation is a little bit reminiscent of some of the Monty Python stuff that they used to do in the actual like show.
Yep.
Well, it's not exactly the same, but it's you could tell there's some
That was one thing I noticed about that show that Kathy Bates was on about weed on Prime Video. What was the name of that show? She owned a dispensary. Kathy Bates and
That was fucking hilarious. I loved it. I don't remember the title either. That was
I mean,
great.
it had a bunch of names in it too, but they would have animated segments. Somebody's having a flashback, thinking about a moment or something like that, and then you'd see an animation as they're talking about. Well, first we went over here, and then and it would all be an animated sequence. And I sat there thinking, how did they come up with the budget for this? Because and I think they had hallucinations with talking weed plants and other things along those lines in this show. What was that?
I'm Googling.
Like it's right there.
I gotta
It's
know.
like
I feel it right there. but
the
it's like,
name
I
of it
can't-
is right there, but
when
it
you
had
get
some.
when you get a moment, check out the link I'm sending to you in the private chat.
Disjointed.
Disjointed.
There you
Disjointed.
Disjointed.
Chris Red, who ended up going on to SNL. He was
Dank and Dabby.
Dank and Dabby. He was
yeah.
they were just fucking hilarious on that.
Yeah.
They made the show, man.
Oh
Thinking
man, that
Daddy
show
made
was
the
so
show.
good. I was sorry it didn't make it, but it was good.
That's a shame.
I've got this.
I hate it when that shit happens.
I recognize.
Well,
that
I
guy's
was
face.
surprised when what is it HBO or one of them? It was all about pot. The whole thing was about their grow operation. I can't think.
Stallone's thing.
Weeds?
Stallone's last
Was it Weeds?
series.
Yeah, Weeds is what I
Yeah.
was thinking of. Not Stallone's, but Weeds is what I was thinking of. I was surprised that lasted as long as it did, because they're
Went on for
pretty outspoken in that about advocating for and that sort of thing. I mean, it was all made up, make believe stuff, but
Wasn't there at least talk of a reboot at some point, or did they?
I
actually
did.
do it?
I did see something about a reboot of Weeds, but that's seeing something that means
But
nothing.
Disappointed was
Just-
different. I mean, it was
I've never
was
seen that one.
good comedy mixed with subject matter you didn't normally see any part of in American TV.
It
That's
was really good. They had that karate guy from down at the end of the strip mall.
Yep.
Karate Dan or Karate Mike.
Karate
whatever
Dan or
his
Mike
name
or
was.
whatever it was. Yeah.
I can't remember the girl from Nicole Sullivan from
Nicole
Mad
Sullivan.
TV was on there. Kathy Bates. I'm trying to think of the name of the actor who played her boyfriend, who was in. He was in Animal House. Was it Boone? Was that his name in Animal House? That's who that actor is.
I'll be
That
damned.
played Kathy Bates'
know that.
boyfriend in it. Yeah, I'm sure you looked at him and thought, this guy's familiar. This guy's familiar, but
He was
and
on
that's what
Kimmy
it was
Schmidt,
for me.
too.
He was on Kimmy Schmidt. I didn't remember seeing him.
Cool
But no, that was a
stuff.
great show. It was a great show. They had a lot of comedy in that thing. And he's on everything. The guy that played the DEA agent that took all their money, that showed up, took all their stash, and took all their cash because it's federally still a crime. So
Right.
they got robbed basically by the
feds.
I can't remember that guy. That guy's been in everything.
Yeah.
That guy was in Mad About You. The Spin City. He was in Spin City.
He's been in Young Sheldon. He's been in
He was the mayor in
Larry
Gotham.
David.
He was in Larry David. He plays in Larry David. I can't think of the guy's name though right now. Oh, that lighter's not gonna work. That lighter looks trashed. Oh, that lighter looks trashed.
Oh, so much fun.
You sound tired. You sound.
I
tired.
am getting tired. I was trying to think of who I started watching another. It's like a real life pot show, but I think it's Belushi that's doing it, where he's actually got a grow operation,
He does have
and
a farm.
he's trying to figure shit out, and the whole thing is so disorganized. It's just too many, but it's good, and I think that's a real place. That's not a Hollywooded type thing. That's
Belushi's
his
Farms.
deal.
He really is,
Belushi
yeah.
Farms. He is a grower. He does
Yeah.
have a farm. You can check out his social media and everything as to while he's out there doing the different things. You
Yeah.
know, he had his run. He was
Yeah.
he had his run. He got out. He got out,
Yeah.
and now he's kind of using that star power. The way
Yeah.
it makes me.
to sell some pot.
Well, it's a social media thing like anything else.
Oh,
the
sure.
marketing
All about the
of
marketing.
it, and because he's Belushi, and so he's likable, and hey, put your face right on out here. Even though there's a lot of
Mhm.
people that work on the farm, he's
Yeah.
making sure he's the one. Oh, we're doing this today. We're doing that. One of the best. I always liked Gene Simmons, Family Jewels,
Oh, Family
Uh,
Jewels. Yeah.
where he's out there, and they were going to take a look at one of their businesses. It was an artificial insemination facility, and so they're out there sticking the thing up the bull's ass, and so that they can stimulate that prostate and get him to blow. And,
Right.
and so Gene Simmons is right there as they're doing all this, and it has that same appeal with Belushi out there. Hey, we've got bags of weed. We're moving along through the property. Look at this. Look at what we
Yeah.
got going on. oh, check out this bull we got going on over here. It had that
Yeah.
same feeling. Watching Gene Simmons do that episode, I did this series of cartoons about the band that I joined when I was 38. I decided I wanted to play music live, so I'm going to find a garage band. And I made cartoons out of us, 6 episodes. But one of the episodes, we always were burned down places, ended up getting arrested for different stuff like that. We were sentenced to, I think it was 100 community hours, community service, working at the Hogsball Holler Artificial Insemination Facility. We're going to be jerking off bulls. It was Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons Family Jewels. That was the inspiration on that.
That was the
that
inspiration
segment
for
to
that.
show.
That's fantastic, man.
Well, it's
Absolutely fantastic.
it's getting late. Should we call this a night? Should we
Yeah,
call
I
this
think
a
I'm
night?
I'm ready to call it.
That, man.
Stone and go to bed.
What'd you say? I
Well,
couldn't
me?
hear Gampro.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm cool with that. It is late.
I gotta get up early and see a guy, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, no
Uh,
problem.
So I'm gonna end up doing that. We had a great time tonight. Hey,
I had an
thank
awesome
you
time.
for joining. Thanks for hanging out, Richard. Appreciate
Always,
that.
always glad to be
Make
here.
sure that you are connected to the Falcro. He's in the running to be the VP. I don't know if you want the job because the VP might get assassinated. You never know where these storylines go. You never know where these storylines go. But,
I'm not afraid of dead. I've been dead before.
Well, we won't really kill you. It's just a story. That's all I'm saying. It's a part of the show. But everybody, peace and love to everyone out there. Make sure you're connected to everybody attached to the show. And I'll be going live sometime, but we will see you next Sunday for Lapstick at 9 p.m. Peace and love, everybody.
See ya.